Coming up on today's show, we're going to preview this game against the Tennessee Titans and really go over some of the big storylines going into this matchup that'll take place from Lincoln Financial Field on Sunday. But first, get your game predictions into the comment section right now. Who you got? PHI for the Philadelphia Eagles, TEN for the Tennessee Titans. Who are you riding with? Be proud about it right now in the comment section. Philadelphia Eagles now is presented by Manscaped. Holiday season is here. Gift yourself or somebody who you care about with the best and most elite men's grooming products. The Eagles offense, the Eagles defense has been balling out. If you want to ball out and clean up your balls with Manscaped, you can do so. And by using our link, manscaped.com/chat, you get 20% off and free shipping. During this holiday season, Santa is very busy, and to carry all those gifts, he has to care about his sack, care about your sack as well with Manscaped. Programming reminder, we will be live for another watch party as the Eagles play host to the Tennessee Titans. Our pregame show will begin at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you subscribe and join us. And if you're coming across Eagles Now for the first time, we give you videos every single day on the Birds. Kickoff is set for 1 o'clock Eastern from South Philadelphia. And this line, in terms of Vegas, has been very interesting all throughout the week. It's kind of fluctuated. Eagles 5.5 point favorites. Now that number is down to 4.5. The over-under set for 44.5. And of course, if you want to bet on this game, do so with our sportsbook partner, BetUS. Let's get to the Eagles injury report here because they're a little bit banged up going into this game. Jordan Davis has been activated off IR. There's a good chance that he plays on Sunday. He did say that while he was away on IR, missing the last 4 games with that high ankle sprain, that he lost about 20 pounds. And at practice on Thursday, he had said that he felt a lot faster. Maybe that'll help him in his recovery from this ankle injury. He is a huge addition to this Eagles defense, considering how bad they've been throughout this year against that running attack. And as we'll talk about, Derrick Henry is coming to town. CJ Gardner-Johnson hasn't practiced this week, hasn't technically gone on IR just yet after that lacerated kidney injury against the Green Bay Packers. Patrick Johnson, limited participant in practice throughout the week with an ankle injury. The same can be said for Zach Pascal with the groin and DeVonta Smith with a groin as well. As for the Tennessee Titans, interesting stuff here as well. Some key players on the defensive side of the rock, one of the best defenses in the league, actually, have not practiced this week. Denico Autry with the knee injury, Elijah Molden with a groin injury, and the stud Jeffery Simmons with an ankle ailment. Now, when I think about this game from the bird's eye view, right, no pun intended, I think this could be the Eagles' toughest test so far up to date here in the 2022 regular season. You can talk about the Minnesota Vikings. You can talk about the Dallas Cowboys. This Titans team is a quality opponent. We saw them give trouble to teams like the Cincinnati Bengals, as well as the Kansas City Chiefs. Their defense, physical, well coached by Mike Vrabel, who I think is criminally underrated as a top 5, top 10 coach in the National Football League. Their defense, because of their stylistic component, they fare well against mobile quarterbacks and high potent offensive attacks. And we've seen them give elite offensive trouble this year and in years past, as I talked about. And you take a look at the Titans' defensive ranks here. Very good squad. 10th in sacks, 9th in interceptions, 19th in turnovers. So they haven't had that luck like the Eagles have had this year in terms of forcing turnovers. 8th in points per game, 29th in passing yards allowed, 32nd in passing attempts, 30th in pass completions, 27th in passing touchdowns, but 3rd in rushing yards allowed, and 1st in rushing touchdowns. So you take a look at some of the notes there, and this is where I think my biggest key to the game kind of lies. The Tennessee Titans are one of the worst defenses in the NFL at guarding and defending the pass. So how will the Eagles try to attack the Tennessee Titans? All throughout this year, they've really relied on Jalen Hurts to make it happen through the air and with his legs. Many times this year, the Eagles have aired it out a lot, but that passing attack has taken a step back over the last couple of weeks. So will the Philadelphia Eagles get stubborn and try to run the football with Hurts and Miles Sanders, coming off a game in which they ran for 363 yards against the Green Bay Packers, against a Titans team that defends the rush really well? Or will they try to exploit the weakness of that Tennessee team and try to go after their secondary so that A.J. Brown can have a redemption game? The Eagles as an offense are better when they're complementary, when they run it and they throw it. And sometimes, especially when they lost to the Commanders and struggled against the Colts, I thought they were too pass reliant. But going up against this Titans team, if they can't run the football, they're going to have to pass it. And will Jalen Hurts be able to get it done through the air? I do want to pose this question for you because I'm a little bit worried about this game. If you ask me right now, the Eagles are 4.5-point favorites. I think they win by a field goal, but I think it's going to be a physical, low-scoring game in which the Titans really make the Eagles earn it. Does this spot against Tennessee worry you? Type W for worry down in the comment section or F Tennessee if you're very confident. As I said, Philadelphia Eagles Now is presented by Manscaped. Really appreciate them for being a loyal sponsor here at Chat Sports. Fellas, Eagles Now brought to you by our favorite producers of ball trimmers, Manscaped. The global leaders in below-the-waist grooming are leaving 2022 with brand new products. Persevere with their cologne body wash. 2023 is the year for your hygiene game to really step up and for you to smell amazing, and Manscaped wants to help you do that with this special offer. If you use the code CHAT at manscaped.com/chat, you get 20% off and free shipping. Take the leap into the new year and join the 7 million men who already trust Manscaped today. 2023 is on its way, and the last thing you want is to be the guy with pubes getting in the way of making it your best year yet. The Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0, which I use on a regular basis, is the leader of the Performance Package 4.0, or as I call it, the perfect package for my package. You can make it the perfect package for your package at manscaped.com/chat, 20% off and free shipping. Another big storyline for this game going into Sunday, of course, is A.J. Brown going up against his former team. It's crazy to me that with Ryan Tannehill as Tennessee's quarterback, they traded away a bona fide number one wide receiving option in A.J. Brown, but he is set to take on his former team after the Titans traded him to Philadelphia on draft night to gift, speaking of holiday season, Jalen Hurts with that number one wide receiver threat. And you look at the trade details from draft night in the 2022 NFL Draft. 18th overall pick going to Tennessee, as well as the 101st overall pick, and the Eagles were able to receive A.J. Brown. That is a fleecing of a deal for Philadelphia to get a wide receiver the caliber of A.J. Brown. And as we've seen this year, he's really changed the complexion of this Philadelphia Eagles offense, a deep play threat who can take the top off of the defense, but is so physical with the ball in his hands, picking up yards after the catch. I don't think there's any question that the consensus right now is that the Birds won this trade. I'm willing to give up 18 and 101 for a guy who can really make this offense better, more dynamic, less predictable, and really do it all with his route tree and just his identity at that wide receiver spot. And then you look at his numbers this year. 53 catches, 831 yards, average yards per catch of 15.7, and he's reeled in a lot of touchdown passes, 7 to date. And it's really impressive, right? Because A.J. Brown, this is an Eagles offense that likes to have a diverse attack and spread the football out. A.J. Brown is 25th in the NFL in total receptions, which means he's had lesser opportunities as compared to other wide receivers on that list. Yet, he is 9th in receiving yards, which goes to show you the big play threat that he is, and 4th in receiving touchdowns. And my message to A.J. Brown, it's going to be an emotional game for him. The Tennessee Titans selected him in the second round out of Ole Miss. He went on to have a really good career. That's why the Eagles decided to pay him and make that trade. This is going to be an emotional game in which he's going to want to show Tennessee that they made a mistake in trading him away. But be secure with the football and don't let your emotions take over what is really important. That's getting a victory, that's moving to 11-1, and that's ball security, which A.J. Brown has not had the last 2 weeks because in back-to-back weeks he has had back-to-back fumbles. So, great A.J. Brown's performance this year as a whole. I've called him the best Eagles wide receiver going back to Terrell Owens just because of the physical threat that he is. A, B, C, D, or F, let me know down in the comment section. Another major key, as DJ Khaled would say, is stopping Derrick Henry, who is second in the NFL in rushing yards behind Nick Chubb. We keep on waiting for Derrick Henry to have that Sean Alexander drop off after Alexander won the NFL MVP, given the workload that King Henry has seen, that drop off hasn't happened. In fact, Derrick Henry has added another element to his game in catching the football, and as of right now, he is still past that 1,000-yard mark with 6 games left. And the Eagles' rushing defense, they have played and performed better the last 2 weeks against Indianapolis and against the Green Bay Packers. But this is a true test going up against a Titans team that is very good in the first half of games. They like to establish momentum in games by running the football. Ryan Tannehill is not going to gash you through the air, so you know that they're going to lean on that ground game and Derrick Henry. It's time to step up and ball out. Getting back Jordan Davis would certainly help, and Ndamukong Suh, Linval Joseph as well. The numbers for Henry, yet again, pretty stupid. 247 carries, so another big workload coming off that broken foot last year. More than 1,000 yards on the ground, 10 touchdowns, average yards per carry north of 4. And that different element that he's added to his game, a career high 21 catches for 278 yards as a receiver coming out of the backfield. This is an Eagles team that has not been a sound tackling team all throughout this year. That is something they've really struggled with. If you have to tackle Derrick Henry in the open field, that's a tall task. The same can be said for Treylon Burks. Ryan Tannehill likes to run the ball as well, so another key sound tackling for Philadelphia. Another thing to watch out for, the Titans have one of the best first half offenses. When they come out with the script, like Andy Reid used to put together back in the day, as well as Doug Peterson, they're good. But as soon as they have to make adjustments, that's when they struggle. So it's going to be a little bit of a chess match here with Jonathan Gannon trying to play his cards and his chess pieces right to counter what Tennessee does in the first half and what they do after recess. So let's round it out with you predicting the score. Philadelphia Eagles, Tennessee Titans. Get precise with it down in the comment section. Make sure you subscribe, and can't wait to see all of you during our watch party on Sunday.